So hey everyone, I'm Rebecca. Welcome to Rebecca's Colouring Art and Crafts. I think that's what I've changed my name to. So today I'm actually here with a book haul. I just did all this but then realised I hadn't hit the record button. Congratulations me! So yeah, I guess we'll start all this again with what book series we have. Basically I'm going to show you the books in the series and then show you the books that I've gotten, because I'm just trying to work on finishing book series, but there is the odd occasions I will buy a new series. So first off, I will start with Carve the Mark by Veronica Roth. As you know from last time, I got this thank you to HarperCollins to read because Veronica Roth was actually coming to Australia to do her first book talks and stuff like that. And recently I went out and I got myself The Fates Divide. I haven't read Carve the Mark yet, but I really want to, but I'm intending to read Carve the Mark once I finish The Rules of Seeing, which I keep thinking of as The Eye of Seeing. But I don't really know much about descriptions, and I'm sort of, I guess, trying to keep myself in the dark a bit, except for briefly when I buy it. I might have a look at things, but otherwise I generally try to keep myself in the dark a bit because I like going into series without knowing much. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting into The Fates Divide, and I'll just shift those out of the way. So yeah, got The Fates Divide, and then I also got Contagion by Erin Bowman, and I'm really looking forward to reading this. I haven't read much sci-fi, but I think I've got some sci-fi somewhere on my bookshelf. I'm not sure where, if I do, but from what I know, the second book of this comes out in 2019. So I love the cover and I love the sound of this book, but I can't remember exactly what it's about now. But I may not read this till the series is finished, which is sometimes what I tend to do, because sometimes I read the book before the series is finished, but I actually can't remember what is happening in the series. So like, I started on the third book of Brendan Sanderson, but then decided no, I just have to start all this series again because I couldn't remember what was happening and what was going on. And so it's kind of like, I don't know if I will start this till the series is finished, but at the same time I'm really happy to have it. I really love the cover. I love the sound of the story and the premise of the story, but it's just, I may wait till the series is finished because I don't want to have to keep rereading over the first book again because I don't necessarily remember the storyline. Yes. The next two books I've got is actually The Lies of Lochlamora and Red Seas Under Red Skies. And The Lies of Lochlamora is actually the 10th anniversary collector's edition, and Red Seas Under Red Skies is actually the, I guess, just a matching edition that's been released. There's also the third book coming, which is same as these, but I've noticed the fourth book has now been announced for pre-order, but I'm predicting that we probably won't get it in these versions anytime soon, so I'm probably going to have to wait till if it comes out in these versions. Hopefully it will, because sometimes I get annoyed by them being different sizes and shapes and stuff like that. But and as you all know, we can't always get different size, same shapes. We can't always get them all in hardcover because sometimes there's only a release in paperback, or we can only find it in paperback, and hardcover is too hard to find. And so yeah, I'm not sure about these yet. I may not read them till I actually till all the series is out, which from what I've read is taking a long time. So I guess we'll see if I get to them soon or not, but I've got the first two to start with and they look quite pretty together. They're more sort of the matte cover book with a bit of a matte picture and then foil on them, so quite pretty. Next book I've got is actually The Last Magician, and a couple of these, because I'm mostly trying to finish my current book series at the minute, I'm sort of not too much buying these. I can't say that I will have a haul every month because there's times where I just don't have the money to buy books or anything, so yeah, I do what I can. But this is by Lisa Maxwell, and the Lies of Lochlamora, was that Scott Lynch or something? Hang on, let me check quickly. Oh yeah, Red Skies Under Red Seas is a 10th anniversary edition too. So that's probably ones we'll have to wait till the 10th anniversary editions come out to get more matching ones, I guess. We'll see. Yeah, Scott Lynch. That's who writes The Lies of Lochlamora. But yeah, so from what I know, I think it's The Devil's Thief is coming out shortly, which is the sequel and the final book to The Last Magician, so I'll have that series finished at least. So I have added a few new series which I have to work on, but I'm not intending to buy a heap of new series because I've got over 100 missing books from current series that I already own, so it's like I don't want to get too many more unless it's a series that really, really strikes me as something that I really, really want to read. And yeah, but it's finished, so this haul has actually finished a couple of my book series, which is great. But there's other series that I have which still have a heap of books to finish in them, and as for when that'll happen, I don't know. I think basically what I'm going to do is mainly have book hauls when I have review books to haul, but otherwise I think it'll be, I can kind of putting a thing on myself that I can only get the next books in the series when I'm actually reading that series, and I think that way I'm not going to go out spending insane amounts of money that I shouldn't be. So yeah, but I'm really happy to have The Last Magician, and I really do like this cover, and I really like The Devil's Thief cover, and I can't wait to have it as well. Next book series is actually, this is a series that I have finished that I actually got ages ago. I don't know a lot about it except that it's to do with the army and some strange disease where people start just killing over dying and mysterious planes and that. But this is the Silo series by DJ McHale, and it took me forever to find the third book of this in hardcover. It's like the hardcover version is available pretty much nowhere. So the first two in this series I actually had, but the third one I didn't, and I've now finished the trilogy, so I'm really happy. So we've got Silo, and the covers are actually really interesting with these. Got Silo, then we got Storm, then we got Strike, which is the final book in the series that I got to finish the series because I wanted to. Next book I got is Turtles All the Way Down by John Green. This is from the Fault in Our Stars author, and I remember, I think I read Fault in Our Stars for a good 12 hours straight and was pretty much bawling my eyes out at the end. So I'm predicting I'm going to be bawling my eyes out at this book. I don't really know anything about it other than that the rich boy's dad goes missing, this girl goes to help and tries to investigate, and they get closer. I don't know much else, but I'm looking forward to reading it anyway because I've enjoyed the couple of John Green's books that I have. I haven't actually finished An Abundance of Catherine's, but I did read The Fault in Our Stars, and I love that book, but it's not one I go back to regularly because the tear works. And next books that I finished in a series was actually the Merciless series, which is apparently the young adult version of Stephen King's novels by Danielle Vega. And apparently these are quite creepy, and I'm not a person that deals very well with creepy stuff. Pretty much whenever I see something creepy on the TV, I'm jumping at shadows and thinking I'm seeing people's faces out the windows and everything like that, and have to sleep with the lights on. So I get actually really freaked out by creepy stuff, so I'm not sure how I'm going to go with this. And I've kind of, for some reason, decided, well, I've at least got a couple of books of Stephen King's coming, and I'm kind of petrified about reading those because, yeah, as I said, I'm not great with horror stuff. I couldn't even stay sitting in the cinemas through the thing once it got to the scary parts. I was that petrified. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting testing myself with these. But I guess we'll see. I may handle it, I may not. So, first book is The Merciless, and this is one that I already owned. And I'm noticing it's kind of got some dents or something going on with the cover, but yeah, I regularly find books come from Book Depository slightly damaged. Next one was The Merciless 2, and this one was actually extremely hard to find in hardcover now. And so I was actually very lucky to find this in hardcover version, because everywhere else has paperback version, and it actually comes with, what is it? Deckled edging on the paper. All of them come with that. Then we have The Merciless 3, and this is probably one of the prettiest. This and the fourth book are probably my favourite covers, but I actually thought this would be like the first and just be completely holographic, but it's actually just spots of holographic in it, which is awesome. And then we have The Merciless 4 Last Rites, which, from what I know, is the last book. I'm hoping it is, and there's not more books released in the series, because, yeah, that means that my book series isn't finished yet. And I'm trying to finish series here, aren't I, so that I can read them all in when I want to, because I find if I don't read the series all together, I kind of get lost. But I guess there's always rereading. Next book is The Shanghai Wife by Emma Harcourt. From what I know, this is her first novel. But from what I know, it's set in Shanghai in 1925, and to do with the type of life that's going on in Shanghai, the type of life that she kind of feels restricted by, and, well, Annie finds restricted by. And I don't really know too much more, but it sounded interesting when I got it, and the cover's actually really pretty, so I look forward to reading that. And we have, and this is from a secondhand bookstore, or secondhand, or like Vinnie's, or basically secondhand, the book is, and it's called The Outlander by Gil Adamson. And this one, from what I know, it's set in 1903 in the wilderness of the Rocky Mountains, with a woman escaping relentless and vengeful brothers. I'm not really sure too much, but it sounded really interesting, and I thought it would be cool to read it, and I really like the cover too, so I'm looking forward to it. Next book we have is the 10th anniversary edition of Name of the Wind, and I don't actually have the second book currently, but it's coming, because I think it's a 10th anniversary edition, collector's edition kind of thing again too. But I really like this book. It's got a really soft sort of cover. Now it's got these red sprayed pages, which are really pretty. And inside is actually, if I can get them to show up, it's actually got pictures inside. And it's also got extra bonus content, but this is another fantasy book, and I love my fantasy, so I'm looking forward to this. Horror stuff I'm kind of not sure of. I kind of want to try it, but at the same time, it kind of makes me feel sick in the stomach because I get so petrified with anything horror. So I tend to stick to my fantasy, contemporary, those sorts of things. So I guess we'll see how it goes with those other with the Merciless books and that. Yeah, kind of my stomach's in knots even thinking about going into those, but I kind of still want to read them eventually. Next one I got was Dragonfly and Amber, the 25th anniversary edition. But the thing is, I have the 20th anniversary edition, but this one's actually puffy front and back covers. This one is actually not puffy on the back at all. It's just hard paper and there's no puff on the back at all. So it's kind of disappointing, but at the same time they still match each other. I don't really know much about this series, but I'm sure I'll get to reading it sometime. I know it's a bit of sci-fi traveling back in time, and I'm not really sure much else about it, but I look forward to reading them anyway. So, more books on my to be read list. And next book is actually the Renegade series by J.A. Salders. I started collecting this ages ago. But first book is actually Renegade. Second book is actually Revelations. And the third book is Rebellion, which is another hard version to find in a hardcover. But from what I've heard, Rebellion, the ending isn't that great in it. So I haven't read these yet, but it'll be interesting to see how it works out, if the ending is not great like they say, or what happens. I guess we'll find out soon enough. And then the last books, I'll show the first ones first, and then I will show the book I got. So it's the Sarah J. Maas Throne of Glass series. I don't actually have her second Court of Frost, or whichever series it is. There's actually something stuck on this cover slightly, so I need to fix that up. But the first book we've got is The Assassin's Wade, which is a series of novellas, and it's apparently meant to be read first before the other books because it has backstory on A. Ellen and some of the main characters. Then we have Throne of Glass, and this is the old version from what I know. Before they changed, I actually prefer the new versions of covers because they're really pretty, and I kind of wish that I had a matching version, but I'm not about to set out to buy it, so we got what we've got. And I'm just happy to have them anyway. Then we got, I think it's Crown of Midnight by Sarah J. Maas. I think it's an Heir of Fire. Then Queen of Shadows. Pretty much I've got every book except for the final one, which is coming out in the series. And I won't show these every time, but I'll just show them roughly so you know the order. And Empire of Storms. And then the book that I got, and I got this quite a while ago from my local Dimmicks, and so I was surprised to find it in hardcover, so I couldn't pass it up. But I got Tower of Dawn, which is book 7, I think, or basically 7 when you count the novella as well. I'm not sure. From what I know, this is following Chaol, so I'm not sure if it's kind of a bit separate from the series or what, but it's great to have it anyway. And I really, this cover again is kind of different to the others, but I think that's because it's sort of set off to the side a bit from the main storyline. But yeah, that's all the books that I've gotten currently. I really hope you've enjoyed this haul, and yeah, I will see you next time. Bye!